Hey, hey. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you about this randomness. Okay. Earlier, I wanted some McDonald's. Now it was after 10. The malls close at 10. That's where a lot of the McDonald's are. They have some independent locations and a few are 24 hours. So I don't know, probably like midnight. I'm like, I want some French fries and an Oreo McFlurry. Don't judge me. I'm judging. Okay. And I went on my app, on my Grab app, and it said, not available in your service area. I'm like, sir, excuse me. I've ordered McDonald's before. What is the problem? And I'm looking at the other ones and none of them would deliver. And I was like, no. And so I text my friend Shumi. I was like, what is happening? And she's like, oh, it's Chinese New Year night and people go to McDonald's. And so they probably don't have the spaciousness to do deliveries because they're serving so many people in their locations. Hold on, ma'am. What? McDonald's? I would have never suspected that McDonald's was like hopping. But here in Kuala Lumpur, they love it. She said, oh, yeah, they love McDonald's here. They even have holiday themed burgers. And I looked it up. They have like a prosperity burger, right, for Chinese New Year. I'm like, what? It's so funny. I love it. I love it. So that's so random. Anyway, today was a long day. I had tomorrow's gonna be a rest slash Galentine's Day. I'm so excited. Can't wait. But today was long hours. I had some work that popped up last minute with my client, so I had to do that. But I did take 3 steps towards my rejections. Woo woo. So there was one. Hold on. Let me pull up my list on my phone. You see this disrespect? I gotta go tomorrow to Galentine's Day. The disrespect. Okay. I'm like, no, get it together. We're not doing this. How dare you have a pimple? I see why people have those little stars now, though. They have I see girlies out sometimes with the stars, and it's supposed to be for their pimples. But even I wouldn't even want to put a star there. Like, oh, anyway. Okay, so the 3 things I did today towards my rejection was I asked my friend who's really, really into fitness and health and nutrition and all that stuff. I asked him for help because we were having a conversation and he was just updating me on like what he's been doing and like some supplementation he's taken and this whole like, I don't know, lineage thing he did to kind of he did something fantastical to get at like what supplements he needed for him specifically. So I was just listening, like, okay, cool, da da da. And then later I was like, oh, I would love to have that done for myself. But again, myself not wanting to ask for help. And so I was like, no, Raven, you're gonna ask. So I text, right? You know, take the little, it's not as the rejection's not as bad if you text, right? So I text and he said yes. I'm over here worrying about nothing. So it wasn't even a rejection. He said yes. And so he asked me these questions like, where are my grandparents from? Like he had to go up my lineage a little bit. It's very interesting stuff. So can't wait to see what I think I'll get the results tomorrow. So he'll tell me kind of like what it says. And I'm also gonna go get some blood work around here somewhere. I gotta figure that part out. But that was one. And then two was I asked for my deposit back from, remember I told you I was doing the 30 days of plant-based eating with a nutritionist. And it's a whole program. They have a community, they have courses, they have coaches, nutritionists, like it's a whole thing. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know this word existed. And oh, I think is my light. Stop acting up late. Okay, I think that's better. My I didn't even know this word existed, but I forgot how I even came across it, but it doesn't matter. It was a free program for 30 days. As long as I was consistent, I had to put down a deposit, and as long as I was consistent, I got my money back at the end. And then, of course, at the end, they want to upsell you to a longer program. So a year-long program, which I wouldn't mind, but just right now, when I looked at the program, everything that's involved and the cost of it, I'm like, I don't have the spaciousness. And with this much money going out, I would definitely, you know, have to figure some things out. And I would have to make sure I'm giving at least 80% to this to make sure I'm getting as much value as possible. And so, or I want to make sure I'm extracting 80% of the value of everything that they give you. And so I was like, oh, I can't do it right now. And can I ask, can I have my deposit back? And I don't know, part of they wanted to keep it. They're like, oh, well, you can use it in the future. But I'm like, no, because I don't like to. Sometimes I'm just like, "Mm, do I say something? Do I say something?" So I'm definitely growing in this challenge because I'm like speaking up for myself and I'm like, no, I just want my deposit back. Thank you so much for your consideration. Thank you for the opportunity, but I just want the deposit back. So that was the second thing I did. And then the third thing, oh, I asked for my deposit back. So yeah, that was the second ask for today. And so I have to wait to see what they say. And then the last thing was, remember when I told you I had that, oh, it was at least in this last week where I had that trigger situation because I have done work for a client or like a collaboration with another business owner. And I did work for her client and she's supposed to pay me for $600. And then she was like, I can't pay you, da 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 da, da, right? after dipping and dodging, after dipping and dodging me for a little bit, then she finally was just like, I can't pay you. So I was like, oh my gosh. And so that got triggered in the last week. Go back and I can't remember which day that was. Just ask me, I'll find it for you. And and I was like, I'm gonna journal about it. So I like did a voice memo because I was like, I need to write this, but I just did a voice memo and it came out to be like 9 minutes and 10 seconds. It was long. And then what's so funny is I was like, okay, I'm gonna send it to her. And I sent it to her, and it wasn't disrespectful or anything. But I just laid it all out and how the whole situation was and the lack of communication and all that and how disappointing it was. So sent it to her. And after 2 days, I hadn't heard anything back. And I was like, dang, like she's just not gonna say nothing, huh? She sent that email December 12th, and then I hadn't heard from her at all. And then it was funny. I looked and I was like, oh, I sent it to her old phone number. So it didn't even go, she didn't even get it. And I was like, well, maybe that's the Lord telling me I don't need to send it. Maybe I just need to get it out. Cause I did feel better once I talked it out. And yeah, so I was like, okay, cool. And then today I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reach out. It's been 2 months. I'm gonna reach out and ask, hey, can I get that money you owe me? And so that was my third ask for today. So yeah, that's what I'll call them. I had 3 asks and no rejection so far. 2 are I'm still waiting to hear a response, and 1 was a yes. So I can't ask the pal. Now let me see where we are in the rejection total for our group. One second, I gotta scroll to the top. You know how that is. You gotta scroll to the top of the the thread. Where is that? Where is that? Come on. Okay. We have 240. Okay, I gotta hurry up and get mine in because I gotta put my 20 in still. Okay, don't tell nobody. I know I was supposed to do it yesterday, but gotta put my 20 individual ones in because I have been doing them in clusters and I gotta put them in one by one. And because at 250, they're giving out the first prize. And there's some cute prizes. I really want, hold on. So you can win, or I could win a $20 business book credit, a $10 coffee credit, a $30 takeout credit. There's some merch because there's a business coach who runs this business community that's hosting this rejection challenge. And so she has merch. And so it's a mug, I had a hoodie, and then a 10-minute IG feedback audit and a one-on-one Voxer week with the business coach. So I'm like, okay, cool. So there's gonna be a prize at 250, 500, 750, and 1,000 rejections, right? And each one is like three prizes, and then 5 prizes. So yeah, I'm excited. But that is it. That is I was listening to I was singing Miguel earlier today. Even when the sky comes falling, even when the sun don't shine. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm about to go to bed. It is 4:21 a.m. Don't look at me like that, okay? I know it's late. You know it's late. I'm supposed to been sleep. Had some work to be done, and here I am. So I'll talk to you later. Oh, and I recorded this video earlier. Tell you so. And I recorded this video earlier. Recorded the entire thing, 20 minutes long. And there was no audio. Not a peep, not a beep beep, nothing. And I was like, okay, I didn't listen. I'm not even at the point I'm flustered. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna have to re-record it. And that was like 3 hours later, 3 hours ago. Had some more stuff to finish, so I finished that, and now I'm here. But my Mac, the reason why is my microphone has been working very intermittently and I had to restart my computer. It's frustrating to have to restart your computer every time you want to use your microphone. I'm just like, this is not it. And this computer, I have to replace it. That's really what it comes down to. I just got to stop playing and just do the thing. So we got to get this rejection challenge popping so I can get the numbers, get the rejections, so I can get to the yeses, so I can get to the funds, so I can replace this laptop because I can't work like this. I can't record a 20-minute video and have zero audio at the end. That's that how that work? Where they do that at? So yeah. Okay, I'm done for real this time. I'll talk to you later, boo. Ciao.